This video is a tutorial video on the Casio WS-1200H that you can see here, which has a module number of 3485. So the first thing to talk about in this video is how to understand the display in this digital watch. So the top part of the digital display, what you can see is kind of a radar styled digital display. Now if I just zoom in a little bit closer on this watch, what you'll see is the LCD, this part of the display, showing you what would be fish shapes just there. Now what that means is it's an indicator just to illustrate when the best time is to go fishing, and that's dependent on the hour within the day and obviously the date within the month and your positioning within the world. Now as that fills up, it will start to fill up with more fish depending on when the best time is to go fishing, and when it's at the fullest you'll see there'll be a word there which will say fish, which will keep flashing, and that is the best time to go fishing. To the right of that, what you've got is the moon indicator, which fills up and empties depending on the age of the moon, so obviously a new moon or a half crescent moon or what would be a full moon, etc. To the left of that, what you've got is an indicator of time. Now this measures minutes on timekeeping mode, so every minute, within 10 minutes it'll start to go up, and then after 10 minutes it'll start to disappear as the minutes transpire. Underneath that, what you've got is P. Now this is currently in a 12-hour format, and I'll show you how to do the 24-hour format in a minute, but this is, as this is in 12-hour format and we're in an afternoon time, the P denotes PM. When it's AM, or a morning hour as it were, you won't see anything. Underneath that is DST, which stands for daylight saving time. So if it's turned on, you'll increase by an hour. If it's turned off, it'll decrease. Underneath that, you've got the hour, then you've got the minute, and then you've got the seconds. And just directly underneath the time, what you've got is an icon just there where my thumb is, which indicates that the alarm is active. Underneath that, you've got a bell which indicates that the hourly signal is active, and to the right of that you've got the day within the week, then you've got the month within the year, and then you've got the date within the month. And just one thing to quickly say, because I do get this question from time to time, you can't swap the date format around on this watch. The next thing to talk about is what the buttons do in this Casio WS-1200H. Now to the top left hand corner, if you press this button or long press this button, this will allow you to adjust things like what would be the time, your location with the world, and also what would be your time zone in the world, which allows to set up what would be the moon phase and the fishing indicator. To the bottom left hand corner you've got the modes, so if you just quickly flick through the different modes, and I'll just quickly explain what they are. So this is timekeeping mode, which is the main mode that you'll have on. That's to be able to look at what would be, in this instance I'm showing you the age of the moon, but you can also look at the fishing indicator as well. If you press it one more time, you've got this stopwatch, then you've got the timer, and also you've got what would be the alarm as well as dual time on this Casio digital watch. Then press it one more time, you've got the main timekeeping screen. Now one thing this watch does have, which may prove useful to a lot of people, is the mute function. Now what you need to do is press the mode button for a couple of seconds, and what you'll see down to the bottom right hand corner, you'll see a note with a cross through it. So if I just press the mode button for a couple of seconds, what you'll hear is a little audible beep, and then as you can see you got a musical note with a cross through it. Now what you will notice is that as you long press the mode button, it will advance the watch onto the next mode, so just bear that in mind. Now I want to turn that back on, so I want to hear the beeps and stuff that this watch can produce, so just keep your finger on the mode button, and what you'll see is that the actual note will disappear with the cross through it, so the watch is out of the mute operation. So again, back to what would be timekeeping mode. Now to the top right hand corner, what you've got is the backlight. So what I'm going to do is move the watch over and then press the backlight operation button there, or what's known as light, and as you can see, and I'm just showing you to the right hand side what the watch looks like with the backlight being operated. And if you just if you just press the button, you can see it's got a slight delay on it depending on what you choose, which can be a 3-second or 1.5-second illumination delay. And one more button is the bottom right hand button, and that is how to adjust what would be the 12 and 24-hour formats that this watch can be displayed in. So if I just press the bottom right hand button, as you can see I've got it in an afternoon time, so it says 1451, and if I press it one more time, it's back to what would be the 12-hour, which is indicated by P because we're in an afternoon hour. Press it one more time, you've got the 24-hour or military time as it's known in the USA, and then one more time you've got it back to what would be 12-hour. And that's how you operate the buttons on this Casio WS-1200H. Right then, this is how you adjust the date and time on this Casio WS-1200H. Now what you need to make sure you need to make sure you're in what would be timekeeping mode, because the only thing, I mean, I do tend to get caught out with this myself, is that dual time looks very much like the timekeeping mode that you will find normally on this watch. So just make sure you're not in DT, and make sure that you do have the date listed underneath, and that signifies that you are in timekeeping mode. Now to adjust it, what you need to do is just long press the adjust button. So if I long press it there, and what I want to do is change the time to what be just about 12 minutes past 11 in the morning. So what I've done, I've just highlighted the seconds here. Now what you need to do is, once you are got the adjustment phase going by the seconds flashing away, if the seconds are over 30 and they are flashing, what it does is when you press the bottom right hand button to reset them, it resets the seconds and it adds a value of 1 to the minutes. But if you just want to reset the seconds, make sure that the value is under 30 seconds and just press the reset button there. So I'm going to put it on to what would be the next part, which is daylight saving time. Now if you want to turn it off, you can just press the bottom right hand button there and you can see it's off, and if you want to turn it back on, you can see that it's added an hour and the DST is indicated as on. Now to adjust the hour, because I want to go back to what would be 11 in the morning, so you press the top right hand button to go backwards. As you can see here, we're now in an AM scenario, but if you want to go forwards, you can easily do so by pressing the bottom right hand button. So I'm just going to go past all the what would be the afternoon times back to the morning, because as you can see the P has disappeared because we're in 12-hour format. So I want to go to 11, so just keep your finger on there, and there you go, 11. Now I want to adjust the minutes after that, so I want to put it to about 12 or 13. Again, it will probably be easier for me to go backwards as opposed to forwards, so as you can see backwards going down there, but if I want to go forward, I can easily do so by keeping my finger on the bottom right hand button and just accelerating away to what would be the 13. But if I go over it, I can easily go backwards by pressing the top right hand button. Now the next one will be the date. So this is the year, so again can go backwards or I can go forwards. One more time is the month within the year, so again forwards and backwards. The date within the month, again forwards and backwards. So I think you kind of get the picture now really. And then if I press it one more time, I am back to the seconds. Now the one thing I need to mention to you is while the seconds are flashing, you will see it says LT and you've got 3 little kind of dots there. Now basically that stands for the what would be the delay in which the backlight illumination is on for. So in this instance it is 3 seconds. But if I press the top right hand button while the seconds are flashing, you'll see it goes down to 1 dot. Now that is about 1.5 seconds, but if I want it back to 3, I press it one more time. If I want it to what would be 1.5, press it then, and then one more time back to 3. So that's how you adjust the backlight delay illumination, or afterglow as it's known by Casio. So if you want to come out of that part of the adjustment phase, what you need to do is just press the adjust button twice, and there you go, you are back out of it. And that's how you adjust the date and time on this Casio WS-1200H. Right, this is how you set up the fishing indicator and the moon phase part of the watch on this Casio WS-1200H. Now, what you need to do is you need to adjust 2 variables, or enter 2 variable data points on this watch. So just so the fishing indicator and the moon phase indicator is as accurate as Casio has set it up to be. Now it's based on 2 elements, which is one known as the UTC differential and the other one being the longitude. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on screen now is just a screen that I've put together where I've copied all the elements, or all the data points from Casio in terms of the 2 things that you need to put into this watch to get the moon phase indicator and the fishing indicator as close to indication depending on where you live as possible really. So if you just want to pause the video and just note them 2 numbers down, then I'll show you how to enter them into this watch. So now you've got that information, what you need to do is you need to make sure you're in timekeeping mode, and then you need to keep your finger on the adjust button here, which is to the top left hand corner. As you can see here, it's the seconds are flashing. And then what you need to do is press the adjust button quickly once, and what you'll see is you're in the UTC differential part. Now currently I've got it as -4, but I want it as +0. Now if you are in a minus figure, you can keep going backwards using the top right hand button, and that will allow you to adjust it going backwards. But I want to go forward, so it's +0. So I press the bottom right hand button just so I can, well, kind of decrease the value to closer to 0, and then have it as a positive number even though it is 0. So there you go, there's a positive, and obviously I've got it at 0. And obviously if you want to keep pressing the bottom right hand button, then it increases the value in terms of the positive. So that is the UTC differential and the way of entering it. So I'm just going to pop it back to 0, which is where I am, which is a number for where I am, which is near London. And then what I'm going to then do is move it on to what would be the longitude entry. Now currently it's at currently it's at 178 degrees west, and I want to change it to 0 degrees east. Now you can either go backwards and keep your finger on the button there so it just accelerates away through the degrees, or you can just go forwards and just get it to what I want it as, which is 0. Now I've gone too far, so I was going to press this top right hand button to go backwards, or you can press the bottom right hand button to go forward, so top right to go backwards. Now on that list that I've shown you, it says for London it was 0 degrees east, so I want to change the west to an east. So what you need to do is just press the mode button again, and then you can just alternate between west and east. So currently I am at 0 degrees east, and that is what the variable is I'm entering on this watch. And then to come out of it, all you need to do is press the adjust button one more time, and that's it. And that for me is the fishing indicator and the moon phase indicator set up on the Casio WS-1200H. Now moving on to the actual moon phase and fishing indicator, where you can have a look at future dates in which it's the best time to go fishing, or the best time to look at the moon in its new moon phase, or in its half moon phase, or its full moon phase. What you need to do is just click on the mode button once, or tap on the mode button once, and what you can see, I've currently got it on the fishing indicator here. It's currently showing you today's date, so it's this obviously the 19th of June, and it's got it at 6 o'clock in the morning, and that at the minute is the best time to fish around in England, really. So what you can do is accelerate forwards by pressing the search button down the bottom right hand corner, and that will allow you to look at the different times on that date, which is today's date. So if I just keep accelerating, so you can see it's in a PM, so 1 o'clock's not a bad time. And then as I go later on in the day, you'll probably find 6 o'clock's okay, 7 o'clock's okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then you just keep going through the morning hours, even though you're still on the same date. So that is how you do the fishing indicator. Now what you can do is you can also alternate between the fishing indicator and the moon indicator. So there's the moon indicator. So what you can then, obviously if I just press the adjust button, that puts it onto the moon, which is indicated by the moon there. And what you can do, this shows you what is known as the age of the moon as such. So as it goes through the certain phases, it's known as the age of the moon. And what I'll just quickly put to the bottom right hand corner is just to show you the phases of the moon that this watch indicates and why. Now it is from the Casio instructions, so you can just get a real good idea of the actual what this moon indicator does represent. Now what you do is to go through, see when the phases of the moon change, you just accelerate the date. Now what you need to do is press this bottom right hand button, and as you can see the dates are going up in terms of days, and as is the age of the moon basically. So there's the indication of the moon there, and as I can just keep my finger on the bottom right hand corner, you can see that the moon phase is accelerating away. Now you can only go forwards in terms of the date, you can't go backwards because that just activates the light button. But what you can handily do, if you keep your finger on the adjust button, what you'll see is you've got the day, or what would be the year, so you can adjust the year. So if I want to see what the moon looks like in 2028, let's just change the date for something like, well, I don't know, what would be October, and let's just say, let's go backwards and let's just do, say, October the 25th, and just press the adjust button, and as you can see, that is what the moon will be in 2028 on what would be the 25th of October. But I want to see, well, that is what the fish will look like, sorry, because I've just realized I'm doing the fish indicator. But if you press it one more time, you can see that that is exactly what the moon will be like on that date, which is the 25th of October 2028. And obviously you can still accelerate away in that year. But if you want to go back, or if you just want to quickly go back to today's date, what I found is if you just go through the mode buttons and just go back to what would be the moon phase indicator. It basically resets it to the day in which you're, well, what will be today's date. Now the fishing indicator is the same. If you want to quickly just if you just want to change the date on that, you just exactly go to what I did, which was change the date. I mean, you can go backwards and in terms of years, and obviously go backwards in terms of months and dates within the month, and just press the adjust button. And then if you want to see what it was like to fish on that date, just press the adjust button again, so it gets you to the what would be the fishing part, and then you can just look through the hours on that date and it'll give you an indication of when was the best time to fish. And that in theory is how you do the moon indicator and the fishing indicator, in terms of looking through future dates and looking through the times in when it is the best time to fish, and also to change the date in which you can look at the moon and you can look at the fish. So this is how you operate the stopwatch mode on the Casio WS-1200H. So what you need to do is press the mode button a couple of times, and that will take you to where it says ST indicating stopwatch. And what you've got here is the hours, you've got the minutes, you've got the seconds, and just underneath in small you've got the hundredths of a second. And this watch will allow you to count an elapsed time up to 24 hours. It'll also allow you to show a split time as well as first and second place indicated times. So to do elapsed time, or to start the elapsed time, what you need to do is just press this button down the bottom right hand corner, and as you can see, the seconds and hundredths of a second are counting away, and you've got the indicators there, the fish indicator which goes outwards for the stopwatch, and also the graphic display there. If I want to stop it, I just press that button there again, and as you can see, everything's stopped. If I want to resume it, press it one more time. As you can see, the stopwatch has carried on counting the elapsed time. And if I want to stop and reset it, I just press the bottom right hand button and press the top left hand button to reset it. Now, to just quickly show you how to do a split time, what you need to do, start the elapsed time. As you can see, the stopwatch is merrily counting away, and then press the top left hand button, and as you can see, you'll see SPL indicating a split. But what you'll see, all the other indicators have stopped except for the time column, and that's indicating that the elapsed time is still being counted. And if I release the split, what you'll see is that the seconds will suddenly jump up. So if I just release the adjust, and as you can see, the seconds have jumped up, and all the graphic display is now indicating you are looking at the elapsed time and not a split time. If I want to stop and reset it, again, it's the same as the elapsed time. Just press the bottom right hand button, then press the top left hand button, and that's resetting. Now the next thing to talk about is first and second finish times. Now, if you imagine you've got two runners in a race and you want to see what each of them do in terms of their finishing time. So both of them start running, and you just press the elapsed time just to get it going, and then the first one does it in an amazing time of a couple of seconds. So as they're running through the finish line, you press the adjust button, and that is their indicated finish time. Now as the second one is going through the finish time, what you need to do as they're going through the finish time, just press the stop button there, and to see their indicated finish time, you press the adjust button to release the split, and then that will be their indicated finish time. And just to reset that, all you need to do is just press the adjust button, and that is the stopwatch reset. To operate the timer on this Casio WS-1200H, what you need to do is press the mode button once, twice, 3 times, and that will take you to the countdown timer mode, which is indicated by a TR, and as you can see, you've got the local time just at the bottom. Now this will count down from 24 hours, so you've got the hours, you've got the minutes, and you've got the seconds just here. Now to just set off the counter, all you need to do is just press the bottom right hand button, and if it's at 0, it will count down from 24 hours, so I'll just do that there. And as you can see, the graphic displays, the fish are going inwards, and the actual display is moving across there, indicating that seconds are being counted down. Now to stop it and reset it, what you need to do is just press that button there to the bottom right hand corner, and then press the top left hand corner, and that's how you reset the countdown timer. Now to set your own time, what you need to do is just press the adjust button here a couple of seconds, and what you can do is you can adjust the hours, and then you can adjust what would be the minutes just here. So I've got it for 3 minutes. Now you can't adjust the seconds, that's all you can adjust on this watch. And then press the adjust button one more time, and that takes you out of it. So what I need to do is just press the search button or the bottom right hand button, and as you can see, it is counting down from 3 minutes. So if I just press the stop and the reset, you can see it's reset the countdown timer. Now the one thing you may have noticed if I go in the adjustment phase, it's the letters OF. Now that means that the auto repeat is switched off. Now if I just move the mode along to what would be OF and press it on, what you'll see is a little icon just appear there, which is like a 2 hours kind of continually going around. Now what that means is that is the auto repeat feature on. So if I come out the adjustment phase, that auto repeat feature is on. So what that means then is when the 3 minutes have transpired, it'll reset back to 3 minutes and start counting down again. So that's really what that operation will do, and it'll probably do it with a beeper just to give you an idea that the countdown timer has reached 0 and gone back to 3 minutes and it's counting down again. So it's good for interval training and stuff like that, in which you can set it up for. So I'm going to stop it, I'm going to reset the countdown timer, and then what I'm going to do is just turn the auto repeat off, which you can do so by long pressing the adjust button and then going to where it says ON and just turning it so it's OF. And then what I may do is just reset all the parameters back to 0, which you can go backwards as well as you can go forwards, and as you can see, that is now back to 0. And that is the countdown timer in terms of the adjustment and turning the auto repeat on and off, and how to operate the countdown timer in a nutshell. This is how you can set up a alarm and what would be the hourly signal on this Casio WS-1200H. Now I'm going to do the simplified version for this video because there's a bit more complexity to this alarm if you want it, and I will do that in another video. So just be aware of that this is a simpler version of the alarm setup. So what you need to do on this Casio WS-1200H, just press the mode button once, twice, 3, 4 times until you see AL. Now what you've got there is the hours, you've got the minutes, and also you've got one just listed there. Now it may look a little bit different on your watch, and I'll just show you why. Now what you can do, you can cycle between the 3 alarms that this watch has got built into that you can adjust. So if you press the bottom right hand button, it says 2, so that is the second alarm you're looking at, and that is the third one you're looking at as well. If you press it one more time, you'll see 00. Now that is the hourly signal. Now what you can see, I've got the bell icon listed here, and that indicates that what would be the hourly signal switched on, and that means that this watch will chime on the hour every hour, or beep as it were. Now if I want to just turn that off, I just press the adjust button just there, and as you can see, the bell icon has disappeared. But if I want to turn it back on, just press it one more time, and as you can see, the bell icon has reappeared. Now I just turned it off because I just want the watch beeping on the hour every hour, but that's how you turn it on and turn it off. Now I want to adjust one of the alarms. Now what you can do is, as you can see here on alarm 1, it is activated. Now if I just want to turn alarm 1 off, what I do is while I'm on the alarm 1, which is indicated by the 1, I just press the top left hand button, and as you can see, it's activated this snooze feature that this alarm has got as well. And if I want to turn that off as well, as you can see now, the alarm that I've set is now switched off, as is the snooze function. If I just want the alarm turned on for alarm 1, just press it once in terms of the top left hand button, press it one more time for the snooze function, and then press it off again. Now you can do the same with what would be alarm 2 or alarm 3, and I'll just quickly show you just give you for illustrative purposes. Press the top left hand button in alarm 3. What you can see, it is now switched on for alarm 3, and just press it once to turn it off. Now alarm 2 and alarm 3 does not have the snooze function built in, it's just alarm 1. So as I can show you just quickly here by alarm 2, again, that alarm is activated, and I press it one more time, it is deactivated. Now let's go back to what would be alarm 1, and let's set up a daily alarm for this watch. Now you can be a bit more granular in that you can have an alarm that will go off at a certain time during the month. You can also, or for a specific month, you can also set up what would be the alarm so it goes off on a specific day at a specific time within a specific month, and that is by adjusting these little parameters down the bottom. Now I'm not going to do that in this video because it is quite involved, so I'm just going to show you how to set up a daily alarm. Now all you need to do is press the adjust button to the top left hand corner, and straight away what you'll notice is that the alarm activation icon has switched on. So just be aware of that fact, and if you just want to set the alarm and turn it off, then I'll show you how to do that. So let's set the alarm for what would be, let's say 7:30 in the morning, so you can easily do so, and I've just gone too far. But if you press these buttons here, it'll allow you to adjust the hours. So I just want to go back to 7, and if I just want to set it for 30, because obviously I just want to wake up at 7:30 in the morning, I can easily do so for this alarm. And then just turn the adjustment phase off, and as you can see now, this watch is now set up for 7:30 in the morning, and the alarm is activated. Now if I want to be more granular, I can just keep my finger on the button and just keep going through the different parameters that I can set. And that's how you be a bit more granular in terms of a date alarm or a monthly alarm, etc. You can set it up on this watch. So let's go back to the hour and just press the adjustment phase off. So that alarm is now activated for 7:30 in the morning for alarm 1. Again, if I just want to set up the snooze feature, I can easily do so, or if I want to turn the alarm off, I can do so also. And you can do the same for alarm 2 as well. You just need to press the search button down the bottom right hand corner, and then again just long press the adjust button, and then set that up for, let's just say I want it to go off at 3:15 p.m. so I know when to pick up my children from school. And then you can easily go forwards or you can go backwards. But let's go forward. And then what will happen every day, as long as that alarm is activated, this watch will beep at 3:15 p.m. And as you can see, the alarm is activated. But if I don't want it going off at 3:15 p.m. every day, just press it once and that will turn that off. And that's it. And that's how you set the alarms, or the simplified version of setting the daily alarm as well as the hourly signal on this Casio WS-1200H. So this is how you adjust the dual time feature on this Casio digital watch. Now all you need to do is press the mode button once, twice, 3, 4, 5, and as you can see, the dual time function is indicated by the DT there. Now you do have 2 separate times being listed here. So the bottom time, which is the smaller time, is your local time that is featured in your main timekeeping mode on this digital watch, but above it is the time in which you can set dual time to. So if you are talking to loved ones around the world, you can set it for their local time in this mode. So let's just easily do that. What you need to do is press the adjust button for a couple of seconds, and what you can do as well, you can turn on, if they're honouring daylight saving time, you can turn that on or you can turn that off. So just as you can see, the daylight saving time, or the word on, is being highlighted. So what you need to do is just press it once and you can see it's turned off, or press the bottom right hand button again to turn it back on. To advance the hours, what you do, you press the mode button so you can change the hours by going upwards or by going backwards here. And to adjust the minutes, you can easily do so by again going upwards or by going backwards here. Now you can't reset the seconds or anything like that. They are synchronized to what would be your timekeeping mode. And that's it really. All you need to do is press the adjust button and that takes you out of the dual time adjustment phase. And that's how you adjust the dual time on this Casio WS-1200H. And that's it really. That's how you adjust the parameters on this watch in terms of the alarms, the moon and fish indicator, as well as the date and time on this digital watch. So I hope this video has helped you in some small way, and if it has, then please click on the thumbs up icon. Always helps the channel. If you want to see more videos from the Week Try Anything channel, click on the subscription button below. And thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.